Welcome to the Heart of a Viking. This channel offers elementary art lessons taught by Mrs. Minto from the Cape Henlopen School District in Delaware. I look forward to virtually creating with you. There are new lessons posted weekly. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss a single one. So go grab your art supplies and your thinking caps and let's begin. Hey artists, welcome back! Let's continue with our royal self-portraits. Today is all about coloring. Now, since last week we used wet art supplies to draw with, today we're going to be using some dry art supplies. No markers, no paint, colored pencils and crayons is what I'm going to be using. So what I'm going to be thinking about as I'm working on my self-portraits is what I look like. Now, obviously, this one isn't me. This one is just a portrait of somebody else because I'm a lady and this is a man. So I'm just going to be making this one up. But when you're working on yours and you're working on a self-portrait, think about what you look like. You can even take a peek in a mirror if you're not sure what color your hair is or what color your eyes are. Or when we get to the skin, which one of your crayons or colored pencils matches better. So what I really want you to think about is you whenever you are working on this. So color mixing colors together is a great option. I'm doing that right now on the hair of this one. I used brown at first, but now I'm adding a little bit of yellow into it. See how it changes it? It really brightens it up. It makes it look a little bit more like the person that I'm thinking about whenever I color this in. So as you're working, I have a couple of challenges for you with your colored pencils. First, make sure you stay in the lines, obviously, right? We're in third grade now, and that should be a goal that we all try to accomplish. Second, whenever you're coloring, use more than one color if you need it. Now, you don't always need it, but if you do feel like you need it, please use two colors. And then finally, vary your colors. Don't always use the same color. The more colors you use, the better it's going to look. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean color your face purple and your ears green. What that means is use one color for the crown and something different for the shirt. So change up your colors as you're working. Now, colored pencils are great because you can press hard or press soft with them. I'm pressing softly right now with this one, and when I did the hair, I pressed pretty hard. So I was able to use the same shade of brown on the hair and the face, but they turned out really different because one, I added yellow to the hair, and two, I pressed a lot softer. I'm also doing something on this one called shadowing. I'm adding a little bit of darker brown on the edges of the face and also anywhere that's kind of like behind. So like these ears are behind the face a little bit, so I made them a little bit darker. Or if there's something on the face, that could be casting a shadow. So imagine that it's summer and you're outside and it's nice and bright and you're standing underneath of a tree because the tree has some shade under it. That's kind of the idea here. So the crown would create a shadow on the face. There might be some shadows under the eyes, just a little bit, and maybe around the nose, and of course around the edges of the face. So you can add some shadows onto yours as well. So what I'm going to work on next is the background, and I want the background to have a texture. So I'm going to do a little bit of, scribble coloring, not the kind of scribble coloring where I color out of the lines or I make a huge mess on my portrait, but in a way where it's not quite so perfect. So I want it to look like that my prince here is in an area where the background is textured. So that's the word I'm trying to create here, is some texture. I don't want it to be smooth like his clothes and his face were. I want it to have some texture. So I'm going to be using two colors here, mixing two colors together just to create a fun textured background. Okay, so now I'm going to work on my self-portrait. This is the one that's supposed to be a little more like me. And I just want to clarify, I know it kind of looks like I'm using an orange color pencil here, but I'm not. I'm using one that's called peach or apricot. So make sure that if you have light skin that you don't use orange. Nobody is orange. Any kinds of peaches, tans, brown are all great skin colors. And sometimes you have to mix them together. All right, and there we have it, the finished royal self-portrait. I hope you had a great time creating your royal self-portrait along with me. I know I had a super fun time. And if you have anything else that you want to add to yours, you absolutely can. Here at school, I have some plastic gems that we glued on to the portraits, like on the crown or maybe on the earrings. And I also have some gold paint here at school where we painted the crowns gold. So if you have any of that stuff available to you, absolutely add to yours, and I hope that you photograph it and add it to your Artsonia page so that I can see it too. I hope you have a great rest of your day, enjoyed your royal self-portraits, and I'll see you back here next time at the Heart of a Viking. HOB artists, don't forget to hop on over to Artsonia to upload a photograph of your piece of artwork to your art portfolio. I can't wait to see it.